Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. I've got a bit of a different one for you here today. We're going to be reading some questions that I have been asked in my Discord server. This is a bit of a off video, so I want to start off by saying thank you for all the subscribers. I think the last special I did was at 200 subs. And then we did the 300, 400, 500, 600, 700 subscribers. And to be honest, I don't really know what to do for each milestone. So I think the best way to celebrate these milestones is just to keep going and keep making videos. So that's what I plan on doing. But if I have an idea of something to do, then I will do it. But in terms of like what I did last time, those are like semi-regular community events in my Discord server anyway now. So we also have an official Space Engineers server, so that was kind of a special thing when that happened. Thanks to all the patrons for that, because they actually provide the money and income necessary to actually pay for the server and keep it up. So anyway, like I said, I posted a questions text channel in my server, and we're just going to be going over some of the questions that I got. So, first question from Nick. Who is the most maddest shipbuilder that you know? I'm not really sure what you mean by that. If you mean like the most out there shipbuilder, or if you mean like just the best. The best shipbuilder I know is 100% all the way. It's Aragath. He just builds the ships that fit the SE aesthetic. I don't know how he does it, but his ships are gorgeous. Everything he builds is just it blows my mind. I don't know how he comes up with it, but he does it anyway. After that, Lieutenant Starbound, Reaver. We've got quite a lot of good shipbuilders in the in my Discord server, like Neophyte Gamer. I know he's a good shipbuilder. Foxy. We have loads. I mean, everyone's a good shipbuilder, but in terms of the best, probably Aragath, I'd say. Okay, next question is from Monica. How frequent is server videos going to be? Don't want to be that guy that nags. Server videos, not going to be very often, really. When I make a server video, it's sort of a compilation of things that have happened over quite a long time. So some of the clips you see will be very old, some of them quite new. It's just the way it is. So because of the nature of that compilation type of video, they're going to be quite few and far between. Okay, Neophyte Gamer is asking, what would you like to see in the near future of Space Engineers? This is quite appropriate because we've got an update coming out soon. I'm thinking that this update, Sparks of the Future, is a sort of a reskin of Space Engineers, and they're gonna update all of the textures, but don't quote me on that. But what I would like to see is a change to the respawn ship mechanic. So, in the old version of Space Engineers, well, it's not really that old, but in the past versions of Space Engineers, you had multiple options to spawn in. I know you have that now, but it's always the same pod, or the space pod's different, but you know what I mean. Before, you had respawn ship 1 through 3, you had an escape pod, you had a couple of drill ships, you had the huge planet landing craft thing. You had a lot of options, and there was a mod that you could use that introduced even more options, and it was absolutely brilliant. I think what they should do is use the economy system that they've recently implemented and let you start as sort of like you have like a path that you go down. So maybe you start in a drill ship and you're like you become like a mining faction, or you start in a mini merchant perhaps. So say if you pick the mining faction, you start in a sapper. Pick the trading, you start in a mini merchant. If you pick if you want to be a pirate, you could start in a fighter, like a cursor or something, and then if you picked hauling or whatever, you could start in a small freighter, something like that. and some more. You know, I'd give the factions some more life. So I'd have little battle groups floating around, say like space pirate battle groups, like a frigate with 2 fighters on either side just cruising around, and have that for every different faction. Something like that. Okay. Corva is asking, how long have you played SE and what was your most funniest moment in it? I've played SE now for about 3 years, probably more, in terms of our time. In terms of game time, I've played about 2,400 hours, something like that. It has been my main game for a very long time now, so that's just how it is. My funniest moment was, probably right back when I started playing. The parking brake on wheels used to cause them to spontaneously combust on servers, and my friend had it happen to him and it blew up his rover, and then it happened to him again and it blew up his rover, and he spent ages building it again. We went on a big expedition and it didn't happen. We got right to the peak of this hill and he put on his parking brake and boom, his rover exploded. It was a good time. But I've had lots of good moments on this game. It's a brilliant game. Reva is asking, when will the Starhammer be on the workshop? When it's finished. Do you have any ships that aren't on the workshop that you are proud of? Please show us. I have lots of ships that aren't on the workshop because they're not finished. So you will see them when they're on the workshop, Reva. Don't you worry. Gasboy's asking, horizontal or vertical ships? I honestly prefer horizontal ships, but I think vertical ships can be very interesting. I have made one, the Morgan class torpedo boat, and they're sort of expansy in nature, and I think they're very interesting. Bexy's asking, what key switches do you use? So I get this in almost every video I've posted. People complaining about the keyboard. My keyboard is Razer Black Widow Chroma V2, and I've got the green switches, which are sort of like the Cherry MX Blues, in the sense that they have a click when you stroke the keys. Yeah, Dragon's asking, can someone do something to the server so when it's about to restart it gives you a warning? If the server restarts without a warning, it's a crash. Stella, have you considered playing KSP? I have played an awful lot of KSP, probably around 800 hours, and if you go to the first few videos on this channel, this was originally a KSP channel, where I made KSP music videos. Not that they were any good, but, you know, they're still on there if you're curious about that. Nick's asking, what recording/editing software do you use? Alright, so for recording, I use NVIDIA Shadowplay, which comes with all GeForce cards by default. And if I'm doing post-commentary like I am now, I use Audacity. For editing, I use Camtasia Studio 9. Yoshi's asking, what is your most liked and disliked pre-built cargo ship, Bible ship, encounter, grid ship featured in Space Engineers? My most liked is probably I like the Blue Ambassador. It's probably my favourite. It's just a good-looking ship. My most disliked is probably the miner, the old Keen miner that you can buy, because I think that's just a bit garbage, to be honest, and it looks very ugly. What aspect of Space Engineers do you think should receive a major overhaul/rework, and what would it entail? The tech tree. Jesus, the tech tree is awful. They seriously need to rethink that. And go about it a different way. I don't know how. I mean, just not having it is actually better than having it, so yeah. Dweek, are you going to start doing ship analysis on more NPC ships like the Vulture private sale at ETC? I have done a video on the private sale quite recently, and in terms of encounters, I will be doing them in the future, yes. Chris E is asking, have you thought of reviewing ships from the workshop? And if yes, why not done it? I have thought of it, and I have done it. So, yeah. Okay. Monica's asking, when Starbase comes out, are you going to make a company That's what player-created factions are called for this Discord server, and or just make videos on it in general. I mean, I'll probably buy it and give it a go, but I'm not sure it's going to kill Space Engineers like everyone thinks it will, because it's a very different game and it's going to be quite hard to learn. But I will definitely be giving it a go. I'm looking forward more so to Starship Evo or Star Citizen, really, but that doesn't mean I'm playing them instead of KSP. Yoshi, what are you going to review when you run out of stock ships to analyse? Will you expand upon the obscure ship series and look at more creations made by the SE and LK community? I plan to do that despite doing ship analysis as well, because I want to review my subscriber and Patreon, mainly Patreon first. I know it sounds bad, but that's how it is, ships. What do you think of the Hydrogen Man tactic, and how do you usually defend yourself against it? I don't know what that is. So, guns. Lieutenant Starbound's asking, I have Starbase closed alpha access. Do I keep playing SE? Well, I see no reason why you shouldn't. I mean, they're two very different games. So, yeah. Chris E, best mods for you in a single player world, and if you could make a mod, what would it be? Okay, best mods in a single player world. Right, okay. Bullet tracers I'd definitely add. I would add paint gun mod. It's just very useful. Modular encounter spawner. I would add build vision. I think that's about it. I don't play with that many mods really, but yeah. Dragon, who do I kill? Whoever shoots at you. Anyway, that's all the questions. I hope you guys enjoyed this weird one-off video. Thanks again for all my subscribers. It means the world to me that you guys actually subscribe and watch and enjoy my content. If you have anything you'd like to see, then leave it down below. But I am getting to the point where I'm having so many suggestions that I can't do everything. You can never please anyone. Everyone, sorry. So yeah, thanks to all my patrons. Thanks for helping support the server and the channel. It means a whole lot to me. If you want to become a patron, links in the description. If you want to join the Discord, links in the description as well. Please like and subscribe, and take care, everybody.